Hi, welcome to Messages from the Angels TV show podcast. And happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, Judy. Happy Thanksgiving,
Giving
everybody out there.
everyone,
I'm
yay! Yes,
lots and
gotcha.
lots of gratitude this year, that's for sure.
I wonder if any angels like hang out with us and celebrate Thanksgiving.
Sure they do. Sure they do. I think it's one of their happiest days. Thanksgiving, Canada has Thanksgiving, but it's in October and our Thanksgiving. But I think it's very interesting that both of these countries in North America have a Thanksgiving, just a day to give thanks to God for all of our abundance and what we do have. We're always so, oh, I wish I had this, or God give me this, or God give me that. Instead of, this is one day when I'm so thankful for what I have. It's a wonderful day. It really is. It was my mother's favorite day. It was her favorite holiday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my daughters love Thanksgiving. So,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, their favorite day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do. I don't eat very much animal, well, very little animal protein, and I eat fish
Right.
sometimes. However, I do like turkey. Maybe next year
Yeah.
I'll eat it. So
Yeah.
I get it. Okay,
Yeah.
so tonight, so not tonight, today, we're
Yeah.
talking about preparing for angel visits, part two.
Correct.
Yeah, so let's jump in that. Now, before we do that, I do want to remind everybody down below in the description, you can contact Catherine at Kath Lanigan at Gmail
Number one at
number one.
gmail.com. Kath Flanagan, number one at gmail.com. And there you will find I've got copies of my Magical Midnight, which is my Christmas story. It's a novel. And then I also have Angel Timelines, which is nonfiction. And it tells you about what the angels came in during the COVID and after, and what they're saying for us as we go through this ascension right now. And I do have copies. I will sign them and I can mail them to you. And I do take checks. So don't be shy. Go ahead and email me. I'll email you right back and we'll set up, delivery and how we're going to handle it and everything. Also, both books are available on Amazon, Magical Midnight and Angel Timelines. And all my angel books are available in audio at sounded.com. And as of yesterday, which I haven't even told Judy yet, they are now available on Spotify worldwide.
Wow.
So we're really excited about that. We have two more announcements to come, probably in January, more platforms that we're going to be spreading out to. But just getting on Spotify is a big deal. But I know
Oh,
that
oh, big.
Pandora's coming and Barnes and Noble, and I think we're going to do Audible for my Lily and Zane adventures for the kids. So that may be coming. Now I don't know if we'll get it done for Christmas, because we're really beating the drum here, trying to get, Christmas is coming so fast and we have so much work yet to do. So, but we're getting it there.
Yeah, so the book, the mint is called Midnight Magic, right?
Magical Midnight.
Magical
Magic.
Minute. So I do have to say something, but I want everyone to get that you go to CatherineLanigan.com to learn
Right.
about her 60 plus books.
Right.
Then in different formats, then you can text or email her at Cath Lanigan1 at Gmail.
That's correct.
So I lent my magical moments,
Midnight.
midnight, thank you, to my one daughter. And I insisted, I don't know if she ever got it read, but that's too bad. I wanted it back because I wanted to read it again.
Ah,
That was such a beautiful love story with an angel and a human. And it was just so, like, you had so much information that
yeah.
people that are intuitive or that are beginning to awake, or they're spiritual, they're gonna like, oh wow, this is really neat, like
Yeah.
that kind of information.
Yeah.
And you're such a genius and an expert and an award winner over love stories anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's make
Yeah.
sure you check check out the book.
Yeah, this Magical Midnight was literally downloaded by the angels. So if anybody wants to know what an angel is thinking when they're coming to see you, this is it. So it's it's very, a friend of mine, when I went to get my hair cut, the girl was cutting my hair. She said, "Oh, I read it." And she said, "It's so Hallmarky." And I said, "Well, it's Hallmarky with a twist because it's an angel, that falls in love with a human being. And what are you going to do? She lives in heaven. He lives on earth. So, guys."
Yeah, yes, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's wrong with Hallmarky? I mean, that's what we need more of, right?
Well, it is what we need more of
We
right now.
do.
There's no question. I mean, it's hope and laughter and joy. I mean, I've got a lot of comic relief in there because the angel is telepathic with the dog. And the dog's lines, what the dog comes back to her with, here she is, a spiritual angel, and he's so practical.
Yeah, yeah.
So the dog was my favorite. The golden retriever dog was having him talk. I think that was hilarious.
I
But
agree.
it really will lift your spirits in any way, shape, or form. I mean, truly, I think this was better than any kind of antidepressant drug. Get the book.
I agree. I agree. And you can also contact me. I do have a weekly messages from the angels, meditative, um, healing group that we do meet on Friday. This Friday, we will not be meeting due to the holidays. You can also go, if you haven't taken my energy quiz yet, you can do auraenergyquiz.com and you'll
Yeah.
learn more about where your energy is, where your thoughts are. And you can sign up for a complimentary 20-minute session that I will share some insights, intuitive insights, but you'll also learn more about your inner self, which is always wonderful, right? We always
Yes.
want to
Right.
grow. Okay, let's dive
Okay.
in to
Okay.
talk about angel visits.
Yes.
Yes.
The reason I wanted to do a part two was because several things that happened from our last show to this show, and I was just like, wow, this is really something. Um, in the process of everything we've gone through in 2024, but this certainly started before that. But there are several very well-known authors and podcasters out there that have just finally openly admitted, which is something that you and I, Judy, have been talking about, is the spiritual community has been hijacked over the last 6 or 7 months, certainly this last year. And there's been way too much channeling that's been doom and gloom and, oh, the world's going to end and this is going to be apocalyptic and this is dire, you should do this, you should do that. The first thing I want to tell everybody is if you've been contacting your guides and all of a sudden your guide is telling you to do something that is anti what he said before or anti what you and your gut are, if you stop and say, "Why are you saying that to me?" I'm telling you that is not your guide. I've called them tricksters before. They're tricksters that come in, but they're masqueraders. They are the dark side, whatever you want to call them, a dark being. I'm just going to call them a dark being. Non-love is what Judy and I call them. Beings that have non-love. They have no love in them whatsoever. None. They have no divine spark. They have no soul. However you want to call it, no heart. They don't care. All they care about is tapping into your energy and sucking you dry. And that's the truth. They need your energy for them to even exist. They cannot create their own energy. I mean, I can create my own energy by just being uplifted and sitting around my pretty new poinsettia, and feeling, the energy when I go outside and we walk by the lake and I see the swans and the geese and the ducks. And I get energy from that. These kind of beings, whether they are human or humanoid, ET, dark from some other realm, they are tricksters. And I think what's happened is the dark side figured out somewhere around in 2023 I really believe, maybe even a little bit earlier, but they certainly got in the mix of 2023 and said, you know how we need to control the spiritual community. That spiritual community is really a force to be reckoned with. And that's the truth. We have been carrying the light and we have been carrying the truth. And so they came in and there's some very good, some very well-known names that got wrong messages. I mean, really wrong messages, and gave them to the public. And that then created fear, doubt, worry, concern, anxiety, everything in your personal life, so that you were questioning. You didn't know, everything was a lie. You didn't know what to believe. And I just can't tell you the number of people who just said, I just don't know what to believe anymore. And the only thing that you can believe is going into here. What is that heart saying? If your inner soul, you need to talk to your higher self. And before on every show, almost every show that we've had, I've said, when an angel shows up, or a being of the light, or some kind of a celestial guide comes in, you ask them, are you from the light? Are you from the one source, the creator of the universe? Are you from that light? And they have to answer you. And if you don't ask, you're asking for trouble, because they are coming in and they can look so beautiful. Lucifer was always considered the most beautiful of all the angels, right? Right? He was called the angel of light. So you have to be very, very careful right now and being prepared. And we're saying all this because between now and the winter solstice, has the thinnest veil of all. That is the time when the angels do walk on the earth. The light beings will walk on the earth. Your guides can actually come to earth, and they're coming in because they want to help us. But while all of that's open for all the good guys to come in, the bad guys are trying to come in as well. I hate to say good and bad, but it's the only way I can differentiate so that you know what I'm really, really talking about, because this is important. You need discernment is something we all can do, but you have to know how do I do that? You do that by asking, are you from the light? And they have to answer you truthfully. They have to say, yes, I am from the light. When I see, and I've been tricked before, I've seen an entity come in and pretend to be Jesus. And I have a special thing that I do with Jesus, and I'm going to tell everybody about it, is I will ask, are you from the light? And sometimes he'll nod, but he won't answer. And then I say, tell me your name. And the real Jesus will say, I am that I am. And you will be filled with chills. I am right now, just even thinking about it. I am that I am. I am the great I am. That's how you really know. Because they have really learned some slippery, slidey things, because this is the dark's last chance to grab as many souls as they possibly can. And we're not going to let them. We're going to shine our light as bright as we possibly can. We're going to gather all our real angels around us, all of our real guides, all the real saints in heaven. Our prayers are going to matter, and nobody is going to hijack us. So that's what I want to prepare everybody for. Remember, it's the answers to everything that you need is inside yourself. You don't have to be going out and even when I get the angels, most of the time it is my higher self. Once in a while when I really I'm, about ready to crash the car, I'll go, oh, that's St. Michael, that kind of thing. But you do have to be careful, because there are St. Michael, the words, I am St. Michael, has been used and it's been dark. So I want people to know that they're masquerading out there just lately. This hasn't been going on for years and years. This is now. In the last, 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, okay. Thank you for sharing, because I know I get it when somebody is talking gloom and doom,
Yes.
and they are a channeler. That's if you want, that's a very low energy.
It
So
is a very low
it's a
energy.
very low vibration. And if you want high vibrational information, a non-dual being, which is an angel, they're
Right.
going to talk about nothing but love because that's all there is.
That's right.
They're
Love and
only going
joy
to
and
talk about
happiness.
positive. Ascended masters,
Right.
they're non-dual. That means they have nothing in their vocabulary, thinking, makeup is negative. It can't be because you can't
That's
be
correct.
dual to have that. If you're talking to any kind of angel, archangel, if you're listening to something, if you're all the celestial beings are non-dual. So if
That's right.
someone is going to channel an angel or channel information, it's not going to be, it's not going to scare you,
It's
right?
not going to scare you.
It's not
Exactly.
going
And
to
there's,
scare you.
and I, there's so many channels out there right now. Cause I went on YouTube the last 2 days to just look and see how many, the apocalypse is coming. 2025 is the end. The earth is going to be on fire. We're going to have a war. I mean, and and all I'm saying, the angels told me this, I died and this is what that was, heaven said this guy was the Antichrist. Heaven said this guy was the Antichrist. None of that is real. And the other thing we have to be very careful of too, Judy, I want to bring in is now that we have so much AI, they're able to make little videos and all kinds of stuff that looks really real, but it's not. Oh, we have this on photo. We have this. We have this on video. It's not real. If you look at it, and you've got to tune yourself into, when I'm looking at something, what do I feel? Do I feel good or do I feel bad? And
Yeah,
really
yeah,
exercise your own discernment by understanding your own soul's reaction, your own body's reaction, and you're just like you and I, is like we say, well, we got chills. And then sometimes when I back up, I almost, when I encounter something that's really from the dark, it's almost like a hammer hitting my chest, where I'm just like, I'm taken aback. The old words in a novel is, I was taken aback. That's because I was halt, stop, think, feel, don't react, don't accept. Don't accept is a big one. Don't accept their
right,
information.
right. So
Mhm.
my experience is a little different. I haven't felt a need to ask if you're from the light unless a spirit comes to visit me. Not a light being, but a spirit, because I feel like my take is if it's a light being, you're still going to know. If you're
Well,
in
that's the part that
tune,
a lot of people now you're an extremely perceptive person. So your psychic and antennae are very fine tuned. So, but for the average person, they really do need to ask.
okay, all right.
They
Yeah,
really,
I do.
I've just
Okay.
seen so many. And I've got so many people calling in this last month or so, and I mean, it's intense. It's intense, this bombardment. I thought we were bombarded, before the election. This after the this, and it's not just our election. It's going on in Britain. It's going on in Canada. I mean, I haven't got a phone call from somebody in Brazil. So it's not just US.
Right, right. Yeah, yeah, I do get that. You're right about that. With all these other countries and stuff, they're still getting really, really bombarded. So if we take the
Yeah.
time and just go within and ask, like Catherine and I talked about, call in 1,000 angels to
Yes.
protect you. Call in whatever number you
Yes.
call in
Exactly.
for what it is, but whether you see him as an orb or you see it just as a flash of light or maybe
Right.
feel it, it's a
Yeah, just a warm
feeling,
feeling.
it's a warm,
Sometimes you can even feel a wind in a quiet, silent room. You can feel the wind of a wing. Sometimes you could just, like, it just brushes your face. Those are real. Don't discount them. Know that your angel is there and just start talking to them. Just, you don't
talk,
have to
talk, talk,
pray.
talk to
Just
them.
talk to them. They just want
Yeah.
to reach your heart. That's all they want to do. And it's so important now to really save ourselves.
It is. It really, really is. And I was going to also say that when I get a message from an angel, it's such a different energy. It is so
Yeah.
light and
Mhm.
so hopeful and
Right.
so much love. I mean, it's just
It's,
it's divine.
yeah, it
It's
is.
it's different. So
Hmm.
that's why call on them, because they're here for you to help
Yeah.
you, and ask your angels and your guides to help you to have discernment. And if you're not certain about who to trust and who not to, what to believe and not to believe, ask for help. Ask for awareness. Awareness
Yes.
will help you to decide or to know what you need to do. Catherine
Right.
and I are here to love and support you. You have to find your own truth. We're here to guide
Mhm.
you. We're not here to tell you what to do. We're giving you tidbits of information that we've gone through that will
Correct.
save you years of pain and suffering, right? I mean, that's it. And get
Yes.
strong and
Yeah.
really, really help you with that. So, with that,
Right.
I would like to continue next week to part three, and I would like to
Absolutely.
end with some exercises to call in the angels. And there isn't any reason, Catherine, we can't even have a little session and meditation to help people that are
I
listening.
think that's a wonderful idea coming
Okay.
into, for a lot of Christians, it's coming into the season of Advent. And I think that's a wonderful idea to really, let's really concentrate on making this a joyous
A joy.
Christmas.
And not all Christ, I mean, this angel business is not just Christians.
Oh, no, it's
It's
absolutely not.
spiritual.
Yes.
Anybody
Yeah.
can be any
Every religion
religion.
has angels.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
any religion,
Messengers from God.
but it's being more heart-based, because
Yes.
angels are absolutely, it's you can't, and I was having a discussion
You
with
can't
one,
hug them enough.
but
I said, you can't hug them enough.
yeah, you can't, it's like you just love them so much and they love
Yeah.
you. It's
Yeah.
so, so, so true. Okay, with that, I love our message, and we hope we were able to help and you learned something new. And stay tuned. We will be back next Friday with Messages from the Angels TV show podcast with Judy Jewett and Catherine Lanigan. Thank you.
God bless.